All right, well, we got the truck warming up because we are going to pick up a new race trailer. So this has always been the plan since we got the bus. We got rid of the old trailer as part of the deal to get the bus, knowing we would be getting another trailer. So we finally kind of nailed down what we think we're going to use both for, both the truck and trailer setup and the bus for. So we decided on a trailer, and we are going to pick up a brand new trailer. I've never bought a brand new trailer ever in my life, and this is hopefully going to be the first time. So let's hit the road. So we are heading south through Orlando to Lakeland, Florida, because there is a Wright Trailers location there. So they are nationwide, but they fortunately have a location that's not very far from us, which gives us the opportunity to go look at every shape and size of potential trailer that we could get so that we are sure that we know what we want. You know, it's easy to look at specs and have an idea of the different sizes of trailers and make a decision based on that, but to be able to go look at them and touch them and turn on the knobs and really see what you want, what you need, that's it for me. Not to mention, going to a trailer dealership for me is like being a kid in a candy store. I love trailers, and Wright Trailers has no shortage of them. They have an insane amount of trailers in stock. I definitely was not prepared for how many trailers and how many different types. I mean, they literally have everything from deck overs, equipment trailers, and gooseneck and bumper pull, roll-off trailers, dumpster trailers, small cargo enclosed trailers, regular cargo enclosed trailers, you know, buggy type trailers for off-road vehicles. They even rent bathroom trailers, you know, air-conditioned bathroom trailers for events. But what we're really here for is the enclosed race trailers. They had literally every shape, size, brand, configuration of enclosed race trailer possible, and we really got to see all the differences and decide exactly what we wanted. Now, something that really blew me away is they fortunately were nice enough to give us a tour, and they took us to their service department, and I was really blown away by the work they do here. They had this really large stacker bumper pull trailer in for an entire new suspension. I mean, they literally replaced everything, including the frame rail the suspension goes on. They were reskinning a trailer. They had every type of piece of equipment. As much as I love trailers, I also love shop setups, and I thought it was really cool how they set this place up because trailers are big and you got to have a place to put them, and they had done so many custom build outs for different people's needs, you know, like a bird trailer. I didn't even know that was a thing. So that was really cool. It was really neat to see all the different stuff they can do, the different parts they have in stock. I mean, they would have everything to build a trailer right there at the location. And we even took a peek inside this ATC stacker and looked at some of the upgrades they had done, like this airline track and these underlift lights, but my favorite being the fender cabinets. Fender cabinets are huge. They are super helpful in a race trailer, and I may have to bring the new one back to get those done by them, give us a little more storage. But it was finally time to stop messing around, to stop looking around, and have them pull what is going to be our brand new race trailer around. I am in shock. It doesn't even feel real. I've always been the marketplace deal hunter, trying to find the cheapest trailer I could. I wanted them to be beat up and scratched up so I wouldn't be the first one to do it. And we are here buying a brand new 2024 trailer with all the options, and I couldn't be more excited. You know, we looked around at a few different brands, a few different configurations and sizes, and when we stepped foot in this one, this Intech, I was sold instantly. You know, I've looked at a lot of different trailers. Sometimes when I'm at the track, I spend more time looking at people's trailer setups than their cars. It's something I enjoy, and I've seen the ins and outs of a bunch of different trailers, and I'd never seen one this nice. I was shocked. So I decided to commit. There was nothing left to it but to make the deal, buy the trailer, close it up, and get ready to head home. All right, well, we made it back home with the new trailer. We'll have to do a tour of this in the day, but I wanted to show you the lighting while it's starting to get dark out. Look at how much light those side floodlights have. And then on the inside here, look at that step. It's a nice step. It's as bright as the shop in here. This is 12-volt lights. Dude, I cannot express the words of how excited I am right now. I never thought I would be buying a new trailer or have a trailer this nice or anything. I can't. Words. Man, dude, this thing is insane. Just look at I'm gonna take as much video as possible before we start putting stuff in here, but it feels so massive in here. I can't get over it. This is a pinch me moment. I can't, just insane. Brand new trailer. Any damage that happens is gonna be our fault because this thing is in perfect condition right now. And the fit and finish and build quality, also perfect. So it's all on us to keep this thing nice. But we'll go over it more tomorrow. We need to get the vet out of the bus and try to get it loaded in here and go over more of the details. But man, I just wanted to show you while it's still the reality hitting. You know, the reality hits when you get home. You know, seeing it at the dealership at Wright Trailers, it was like, wow. But seeing it in my driveway, there's so much room in here. So much room for activities. What do you think, Josue? Dude,
it's so clean. It's so new.
So nice. It smells new.
It's incredible.
Whew. All right, now that we have some daylight, I want to give you guys a look at this thing. I am beyond stoked on this thing. I do want to give a huge shout out to Wright Trailers. They are a great place to buy a trailer from. I can't recommend them enough. They're nationwide, so you might have one near you. Luckily, we have one near us in Lakeland. And it was just an overall really good experience. The sales staff was super knowledgeable. You know, we were pretty set on getting this trailer when we went down there. But the sales guy that we dealt with, he was like, I want to show you the other trailers, which are also good trailers, but just so you can kind of compare and really have a way to tell the differences in the fit and finish of an Intech versus another trailer. So this is an Intech, which is one of, besides maybe the custom brands, the top of the line trailer manufacturers, but this is their light series, so it's a more affordable one. And I've got to say, this thing blew me away. As soon as we stepped inside it, I was sold. I was sold instantly. And one of the neat things about buying a new trailer is I've always bought used trailers. I've never been able to be picky on brand. It was more so finding one that had all the options I was looking for and just getting what I could get at a decent deal. But what I've realized over time, and if you've bought a trailer before or looked for a trailer, you can probably attest to this. Trailers are one of those things, race trailers, for some reason, they hold their value really well. So you buy a 4-year-old trailer, you know, let's say it's a $30,000 trailer new, it might be worth $2 to $4 grand less. If you need to service the hubs or the brakes or to put new tires on it, you can eat into that money you saved pretty quickly. So as long as you take care of them, they hold their value well, and buying a new one, you know it hasn't been jumped over a curb. And again, really good experience. I would definitely recommend them. Huge shout out to them for helping make this happen. We are stoked.
No, it was definitely a nice experience to see that out there.
Yeah, they have a really cool setup. The service department really blew me away. I didn't even know that was a thing. Right. Like, I'm not fixing my own trailer anymore, and all the parts in hand. Yeah. So let's give you a little tour of this thing. So this is a 28-foot Intech White all aluminum trailer. So again, this is their more lower trim model, but it's kind of funny to say that because it does have so many options. But just, it's the little things. These latches are aluminum, super light. The door is super thick, super solid, super beefy. There is no flex. Like, try to jiggle the door. Literally no flex. It's crazy. So we come inside. It is, oh, the smell. Oh, it smells like a brand new trailer. I didn't know what that smell was until we got this thing. But we've got our main kill switch up here. I really like how they do this. So you got your kill switch, you got your fuse panel, and your breaker panel. So your 120 volt and your 12 volt all in here. Boom. But then we turn the lights on. The only thing I don't like about this trailer is that it is so nice.
Right, yes, I don't want to be the first, so you're going to have to
load everything myself for the first time.
Yep.
I just don't want to put anything in it. I just want to use it as a showroom. But it's really neat because this is 4 feet longer than my old trailer on the floor. So we have a ton of space up here that we didn't have before. I mean, just the fit and finish of everything. You can look at the caulk lines. Like you can see up here as it transitions to the counter, you know, it's black for the counter, gray again, back to black. This countertop is really cool. It's like some sort of like kind of like a rubber versus just being stainless. I really like these door latches. They just shut like that. So we got our generator compartment over here. We've got 2 outlets up here. We've got an outlet at the back there, but then also another outlet here, weather protected outlet. So that's really cool because a lot of times if we're running the generator and we're using power, it's going to be working on the car out here. Another big improvement from my old trailer is the door size. This door is super wide. So you have a really big entry and exit point to get in and out of the trailer. And then the step, you just pull it out. There's no pin, just boom, pulls out, snaps into place. It's all graded, so it's got nice grip in the rain. It's not gonna collect water. But this is really convenient because when you're loading stuff in the front of the trailer, it is a nuisance to have a tiny little door, especially when we're putting those 315s in there.
Oh yeah, and the step is centered.
The step is centered, which we couldn't do on the old trailer because of the frame. But yeah, nice big step, big door. I love the gray. I originally wanted white, but I like the gray interior so much that I decided to go with gray. Nice gray and black two-tone. We've got a spare mounted up on the wall here. Full-size spare matching, nice aluminum wheel. It's got the massive rear ramp, full width. This is a very low car friendly ramp. It also comes with AC, which is something I wanted to add to my old trailer, but it's a big process. You need to brace the roof for it. You've got to run the wiring, which means you've got to unsilicone all these panels, and definitely not something I really wanted to do.
Definitely gonna improve our program. Hopefully, that's the idea.
No, it'll be really nice to have AC at the track. That's the biggest thing we've learned from the bus that is helpful, is having somewhere to go and get away from the heat. Just a place to go, chill, get some cool air. Because, you know, when I'm driving these competitions, I'm in the car sometimes for 2 or 3 hours straight, you know, just literally pretty much nonstop besides getting out to change tires. And being able to go get an AC break, A1. So we got AC in the bus and we got AC in the trailer. But yeah, so speaking of the bus, one of the cool things was at Wright Trailers when we were there was quite a few people who work there in all different departments that watched the channel. And everyone's first question was, what does this mean for the bus? What is happening to the car hauler bus? And the bus is staying. So when we got the bus, the plan was always to get another enclosed trailer. If you're unfamiliar, this is a bus that's been converted to where car goes in the back, in the living quarters up front. So when I bought this, I put my trailer up as partial trade for it. Now the reason is, I was already considering getting rid of that trailer regardless of the bus situation. So I decided to get rid of it with the bus and then decide what we wanted. And the idea was we wanted to get some use out of the bus, use it in a real world, not just, you know, thinking of how it's going to be in our heads, and see what would be the best trailer to go with moving forward. Because there's kind of 3 options. There's a trailer that would work well with the bus, but wouldn't work great behind the truck as its own program. A trailer that would be ideal behind the truck as its own program, but would be too big and bulky to really tow behind the bus, or an in-between, which is what we ended up with. So it only weighs 4,000 pounds empty, so it's still plenty light enough to tow behind the bus. It's also got a 5-foot RV tongue on it. That's an important thing. If you have a 3-foot tongue, the corner of the bus or RV is going to hit the corner of the trailer, as opposed to being able to turn all the way to basically being even with the tongue here. So it's light enough and small enough to tow behind the bus, but it's also big enough for us to run our own race program out of. This is a bumper pull, so we lose the gooseneck space we have with the old trailer, but again, it is 4 feet longer than the old trailer. Now, there was a time where I would have told you I will never own an enclosed trailer that's not a gooseneck. Gooseneck is the way, and I do still think the gooseneck is great. It is incredibly stable. You get the extra space up top. There's a lot of benefits, but there's a couple caveats. 1, now that we have the bus, can't tow a gooseneck behind the bus. But 2, something that always bothered me about towing the gooseneck was that if the truck ever broke down, it's a lot harder to find someone to tow your trailer if you have a gooseneck than a bumper pull, because they have to have a gooseneck hitch, and not all trucks have a gooseneck hitch. And that's something I thought about, but you know, we probably would never end up there. Well, we ended up there. The 2020 Ford I had broke down, left us stranded in Louisiana, and if we had a bumper pull trailer, we would have been on the road probably within an hour and continued our way to Texas, because Enterprise was close. They had F-250s, but they didn't have anything with a gooseneck, and that's what made everything incredibly complicated. So that's really the biggest reason for switching to a bumper pull. So it's one of those things you learn as you go, and I've had a bunch of different trailers and learned a bit from every one, and this is optimal. I love the fact that the top cabinets have gas shocks that hold them open instead of flipping out where they're smashing into each other. Just a very well thought out trailer. So that is the rundown of the trailer. I'm so stoked on this thing. This is my first time being the very first owner to use something. It's crazy. So the plan is for now, this is gonna be our race rig. And we really need that because we need a little bit of breathing space with the bus. You know, when we got the bus, we were kind of hoping it was turnkey and we tried, but we've just had some small problems and we really want and need to go through the bus front to back and sort out everything, anything that could be a problem. But the issue is every time we go to work on it, we can't tear it apart too far because we've got some event a week away or 2 weeks away and it's got to go and be back together and be ready to go on a trip. So we haven't really been able to dig into it as deep as we wanted to. But now that we have the truck with the enclosed trailer, we're good to go. We've got this set up. I mean, this setup could last us forever. We can take our time and really go through and restore the bus the way we want to. I love the bus. I don't intend on getting rid of the bus, but we need some time to really sort it out the way we want to. So, whew, whole lot of jibber jabber. The first thing I want to do is I want to get the vet out of the bus and get it loaded in the trailer, see how it fits, see what kind of room we have, and start determining how we want to lay things out. We're going to need to add a toolbox. We need to figure out where we want to put our fuel jugs. Do we want to keep our generator in the cabinet or do we want to put it on the tongue? There's a lot of question marks and we won't really know until we see what kind of room we have left after the car is loaded. So let's get to it.
No, jibber jabber. You give it a rinse. It needs its own whole day though.
Right. As much as this thing's giving us some struggles, every time I don't touch it for a little bit and then I get it all opened up, I'm like, gosh, this thing is so cool.
Like you said, the best of both worlds. That's what we're trying to go for.
Yeah,
Ready for any situation.
Yeah, we'll have it set up for, you know, if we, you know, when we go to comps, I don't really love the idea of staying at the track for a comp. So you got to be focused. You got to be there early. Like you need that disconnect. But when we go to fun events like big Hyperfest or Grid Life or things like that, the bus is perfect because you don't want to leave. Everyone's hanging out, you know, but you barely go to the hotel at all. So to be able to have this for that kind of stuff and then the trailer for the big comps, or maybe we, you know, we have options.
Options.
Plus trailers are cool. Like I said, some people don't necessarily understand, but I just like trailers and trucks. And buses.
And buses.
man, what a nice sight to see this car in here. I didn't really want to put anything in here. I wasn't ready to put the first scratches on it, but I'm never going to be ready. Rip the Band-Aid. No, but it's really cool to see the Vet in here. The color combo is just, it just looks right at home. It looks so good in this thing. So as you can see, we got the car a bit forward because we've got nothing up front currently. So there's a ton of space back here. But even still, if you go around here, this side step and wide door has been super nice so far. We still got a ton of room up front to the cabinets. So we should definitely have plenty of room to put everything we want to put in here. We just got to decide how and where we want to put everything. But another nice thing from the old trailer is this trailer is 2 inches wider in between the fenders, which may not sound like a lot, but on the old trailer, we would rub the fenders all the way in to the point where we were splitting the fender apart. Whereas now we have about 1 inch on each side. So it makes loading the car a lot easier when you don't have to worry about tearing the fender up and you don't have to have it absolutely perfect. We have a little bit of give, a little bit of leeway on both sides. So before we go for a drive, let's just take one more look at it. Looks so good in here. The craziest car we've ever built in a brand new trailer. Like what a feeling. What a feeling. If you told me 5 years ago even that this would be a thing, I would not believe you. Feels good, man. So let's take this thing for a drive, see how it feels with the car in it. Doesn't feel any different.
Is there sign back there?
It's a little, but like, still feels really minimal. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like even though it's longer, the loss of weight from the gooseneck portion, and maybe just the way it's built, it definitely feels a good bit lighter than the old trailer.
Yeah.
Feels good. Obviously, you know, there's another, depending on what we put in there, there's another 2,000 to 4,000 pounds to go in there.
Right.
With a gooseneck, the trailer makes a much tighter arc than the truck, so you have to swing really, really wide for everything. So this trailer, for example, being a bumper pull, it more so follows the path of the truck. So doing some maneuverability testing through a tight neighborhood, no problem. Plenty of clearance. I'm almost gonna have to get used to having all that extra clearance. Like, I don't need to swing as wide as I'm used to anymore. But yeah, no, I mean, this thing drives so nice with this trailer. We got a roundabout up here, and that's always tricky with a trailer. Really tricky with a gooseneck. So we're gonna swing a little wide. And now it's gonna get tight on this side, and then it gets tight again on the far side.
Yeet.
But no problems. But yeah, no, this trailer's definitely, it's gotta be a good bit lighter than my old trailer. I wish I would have weighed my old trailer, because it always felt kind of heavy for an all aluminum deal. But we never had the chance to. It doesn't matter. This trailer feels good, very happy with it. Jeez, buddy. Especially now, you know, feeling what it feels like with the car in it. It feels good. I mean, it's so smooth. Like, doesn't feel any bit unstable, any bit of hesitation, any bit of tugging or anything. I mean, I can
Effortlessly.
Yeah, I can tug at the wheel and it doesn't feel nervous. That's one thing I can't stand. If a trailer feels nervous when you're going down the road and it kind of always feels like it's on edge and you've got to really like white knuckle it. Did a trip all the way to Vegas with a truck and trailer setup like that a long time ago, and it was terrible.
looking like a whole rig.
Dude, it's so big. It feels so cool. I don't even want to put it back. I just want to keep looking at it, but we do need to put it back. So normally with the old trailer, I would put it on the tree side here, but I don't want to put this trailer on this side because A, the vines rub all over the trailer. B, when it rains, a bunch of gunk gets on the trailer and then runs down the side of the trailer. So we need to move the open trailer, shove it all the way in the corner over there, and then try to put the enclosed here. I've never tried with the other one or I've never tried to put any big trailer here, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. Should be fine. One more look before we close this thing up.
I bet you did the
first scratches and dirt. It still doesn't feel real. I don't think it'll feel real till we take it to the track with a car in it and get to work out of it.
So real.
Ugh.
That's what it is.
And we have the AC cranking. Can't wait. But it's time to play the car shuffle game and get this thing put away finally. Trailer is unhooked. It fits in this spot. I think the reason I always parked the enclosed over there was just because it's a little bit more level. But long term, we plan to either gravel or concrete, most likely gravel, this area and do a big RV carport for parking the bus under and the enclosed under. It's going to be a little tough to get both of them in there, but I definitely don't want to leave a brand new trailer outside forever. But at least now it's away from the trees. So super stoked on this thing. Fits nice, matches the shop. Nice color combo, matches a lot of things. Everything but the truck.
Now the truck's the on-man out.
Right. But yeah, I'm super stoked on this thing. Like I said, huge shout out to Right Trailers for working with us, helping make this happen, make this dream a reality. I'm so excited to start using this thing, and I'm really excited to finally be able to dig into the bus and start fixing all the little odds and ends with it. But for now, we are out of time, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. But I do want to say thank you for watching, thanks for subscribing, and then I sure hope I'll see you next time. Goodbye.